Alright, so today we're going to talk about the Xbox 360 here and e79 error code that comes up. Basically, the e79 code means that the error is unknown. It's one of the shittiest codes to get because you go hunting around inside your Xbox forever trying to find out what's wrong with it, and it's not specific at all. First, you probably want to start off with the simple checks. With that e79 code, it could be just a simple problem with your AV cable. Now, this AV cable is set up for TV and HD TV, and one potential problem that can happen is if you don't have an HD TV, and on the side here, you have your switch turned down to HD TV. When you plug it into your Xbox, when the Xbox goes to fire up, it says error code 79. So, if you've moved your Xbox recently, or if you have kids, or someone who cleans around the house a lot, there's a possibility that the switch could have been bumped down. Easy way to fix this one, just switch it back up, and your error code's gone. Reset your Xbox, you're all set. Check the connections, make sure that it's plugged in properly, make sure that there's no like any kind of corrosion or any kind of dirt or anything around the outside of this casing here, and plug it back in, see if it works. The other problem is a problem with your hard disk, or your hard drive on top of your Xbox. Another simple solution you can try is take your hard drive out and fire your Xbox on. If it turns on, no problem, then you have a bad hard drive, or inside the hard drive there's some corrupted files where it's just overheated and burnt out. There's no real way to fix that. You basically got to get a new hard drive. If, in the worst case scenario, those two things don't work at all, you're going to have to rip down your Xbox. Now, getting inside the Xbox is kind of a bit tricky, but here you see this plastic kind of I don't know, step plate piece here on the top, and there's one on the bottom. What you basically have to do, using a flathead screwdriver or using something that you can wedge underneath here, you need to pry it up. And there's tabs all along here. There's like 1, 2, 3 tabs, 4, 5, 6. If you break some tabs off, hey, shit happens. It's not the end of the world. Once you get it off, it's going to look like this. It's going to be the top part of your case. After you get that top part off, you can remove the front plate here, and then behind the front plate there are a couple of snap pins. You just unsnap them and pry the front part open. Then on the back you're going to notice there's all these tabs here. Each one of these tabs is where you can put a flathead screwdriver, and put your flathead screwdriver in, pry it, and the case should separate. I'm not going to take these two apart because I just got done repairing them, and I just don't feel like it. So you're just going to have to do it on your own and give it a shot. But inside the Xbox, other potential problems for error code 79 are multiple problems on the inside. Example, the cooling system is covered with dust or extremely dirty. There's not enough circulation, air circulation coming through. Also, another thing to do is to check your fans. When you turn the power on, if your fans aren't moving, there's a potential problem that you have bad fans and you need to replace those. So check the fans too as well. And on the bottom of your Xbox here, on the inside, on the bottom of the motherboard, you'll see an X strap. It's just like a piece of cheap-ass aluminum, and it's in the shape of an X, and one holds the heatsink onto the CPU, and the other one holds in the cooling system. And what happens from time to time is the X strap gets really weak and doesn't hold the heatsink on close enough to the CPU, which causes the CPU to overheat. And if it overheats, then you usually have a problem here on the front where you can see two lights. But if you have the overheating problem with the fan problem not working, with the entire unit being covered in dust, together, it's another potential error 79 code problem. So check each step, each part one by one. Don't go in and try and repair everything at once. Just try it one by one, like I said. First, go the simple route. Test your AV cable. Then test your hard disk. And after that, you can pry it apart, try and clean it. What I tell people is, if you're trying to test different problems on your Xbox or any unit that you work on, leave the case off. As long as you don't touch anything on the inside, you're not going to get fried or barbecued or anything. But leave the case off, and you can at least see what's happening. You can see if the fans are working. You can see if it's getting enough air. You can feel it. It also makes it easier for access if there is another problem and you want to check it out. So try that. If it is the X-Strap 2, there's some good stuff on the internet where you can find out how to repair the X-Strap. One of the ways to repair it is to take your Xbox, wrap it in 3 towels, turn the power on, and let it sit there for about 15 minutes. And then take the towels off, turn the power off, let it sit for 15 minutes. I've actually tried that before, and I found that, yeah, although it does fix the too light error here, it doesn't fix it permanently. And after about 20 minutes or so worth of use, it sometimes goes right back to the same problem. So when working on anything, make sure you do it right the first time, and you'll never have to take this thing apart again. I know I mentioned earlier talking about the e79, but since we're talking about different problems as well, I'll try and mention some other ways to fix different problems. Your 3 light error here, if you have 3 lights up here, that means that your Xbox is probably it's probably the heatsink, not sitting on the CPU properly. So to fix that X-Strap, I recommend going on the internet and looking for the penny method, or changing the screws in the X-Strap versus wrapping it in towels. If you want to wrap it in towels and check it to see if that is the problem, that's a good way to test it, but it's not a good way to fix it. If it is the problem, take it apart, put in the 2 stack of pennies and underneath on the RAM chips, and screw it back together, and you'll have your problem solved. You'll never have to worry about it again. The other one is the 2 light situation. If you have 2 lights, 2 red lights, it usually means your Xbox is overheated. It's a problem with probably fans. Maybe it's not getting enough cooling. Take your Xbox apart, blow it out, get all the dust out of it, and then put it back together, see what you got. It might be a simple solution for that. But if you have any other questions, just let me know by email. Hopefully this video can help somebody or help you out a little bit. But I'll put up another video here soon. Thanks for watching.